Hi. My ideas for Boomer Yoga came from, I think, trying to share some of the learning that I got from starting yoga. I think just to briefly explain, my background was in my early years, it was the music years when I basically destroyed my back as a bass player, just carrying cabinets up places like Raquel's in Basildon, which are 3 flights of stores, and my back was just wiped out. Then I went from the music years to the, I don't know what you call it, the Cadbury's and Carlsberg years, when I managed to go from something like 12 stone to 23 stone just by living on sweets and alcohol. And then I managed to move from there, which were the career years, which was basically just life was sitting in the car, sitting at a desk and just working and working and working. And that just reinforced the bad back and just my bad posture and just my body was pretty wrecked. If I was a used car, I'd trade myself in, but I can't. So the question is, what can I do with what I got? And yoga is incredibly powerful for that. Yoga can help me reduce stiffness, it can help me maintain strength and stability to stop me falling over, and it can help maintain that cardio I need to do the things I want to do in life. And I'm very conscious as one of the baby boomers that there are many other people out there, in particular men I think, who maybe have a similar story of a combination of those 3 things, maybe not as drunk as I was, who have hit the age I've hit, and their body is mashed, but it's not too late to do something about it. And the idea behind Boomer Yoga is just to try and take some of the very simple ideas in yoga and say, okay, what can we do about this to help the baby boomers? And Boomer Yoga is essentially for me 3 things. And there's nothing like living a situation to understand it. There's certainly, as we get older, 3 things happen. We start to get stiffer, we start to lose stability, and those little trips and falls can become quite dangerous, and we get slower. You know, those little gradient hills, we slow down on them. And so in Boomer Yoga, we're trying to deal with these 3 things: the getting stiffer, the instability, and the getting slower. And what we're trying to do is take some of the ideas of yoga and say, okay, how can we apply those to help those 3 things? We want to stretch more, we want to use our body more, and we want to move more. The stretch more uses yoga from a style of yoga called Yin Yoga. And what Yin Yoga does, it's very long held postures, anything from 3 minutes up to 15 minutes. And it's trying to open out the connective tissue that wraps around the body. It's the white stuff you see in the butchers that is wrapped around the meat. And what happens is as we get older, that white stuff, it shrinks, and we see as we get older, we get tighter. And that's what makes us stiff when we struggle to move. So Yin Yoga is an incredibly powerful way, and very, very simple and very easy to do, to actually lose some of that stiffness. If you want to measure your stiffness, when you get up in the morning and empty the dishwasher, what's it like to bend over and empty the dishwasher? If you're starting to feel some aches and pains there, then maybe there's some tightness. The second thing is use more. And use more is about making sure that we use all of our muscles and maintain strength in those muscles for when we need them. And this is not about big muscle building to look like a bodybuilder. It's about making sure that all of our muscles have the capacity to do what we want when we want it. So we may not put our luggage into an overhead locker in a plane very often, but when we want to do it, we want to do it without hurting ourselves. And that's another factor within Boomer. So what we're looking to do is to stretch, we're looking to use, and the last thing is to move more. And the move more is about making sure we've got that cardio work going on. Certainly I find if I don't maintain my cardio exercise, I can feel it going. I can feel my speed going. And you can have types of yoga called dynamic yoga. And even something very simple like a sun salutations, repeated and repeated and repeated quite fast, really gets the heart rate up. So yoga is really quite interesting. It can hit all those 3 things very simply. And what Boomer Yoga tries to do in a very simple way is to draw upon the long history of yoga to actually help me to stretch more, to reduce stiffness, to use my body more to maintain strength and stability, and to move my body to make sure I've got the cardio that I need when I need it. And I've found immense benefits, and I hope you do. Thank you.